The Rural Bankers Association of the Philippines Microenterprise Access to Banking Services Program, a program supported by the United States Agency for International Development with oversight provided by the Mindanao Development Authority, started in 1997. From building the capacity with smarter banks to offer microloans and serve small depositors, the MABS program has helped rural banks to continually improve the range and scope of their microfinance services.
The RBAP MABS program has been witness to the dynamism of the microenterprise sector in the more than 10 years since the program started.
With the support of the MABS program, a network of over 115 participating rural banks with more than 1,000 banking units now offer a full range of banking services to a growing number of microfinance clients. These banks have disbursed over 2.2 million loans totaling more than 29 billion pesos or approximately $600 million to more than 725,000 new micro borrowers. These participating banks also manage more than 1.4 million micro-deposit accounts totaling more than 1.9 billion pesos or $43 million in small savings deposits. While evolving into offering integrated microfinance products, the MABS approach to microfinance remains at the core of the training and technical assistance that the program provides. The MABS approach is a comprehensive, step-by-step methodology based on microfinance best practices. This includes market research, product development, pilot testing, product management and monitoring, and strategic planning that help the banks to improve their outreach and performance in offering microfinance services that are developed to meet client needs. MABS has trained a network of highly skilled consultants and trainers to serve the needs of a growing market of rural banks interested in offering microfinance services. 3 accredited MABS service providers, Associated Resources for Management and Development Incorporated, Punla sa Tao Foundation, and Microfinance Innovation Center for Resources and Alternatives, MICRA Philippines, to deliver the MABS approach training and technical services. In addition, MABS developed the in-house training capacity of participating banks by developing a pool of MABS technical resource specialists, better known as MABSters. Bank staff have been trained and accredited to deliver MABS microfinance courses. MABS also facilitated various workshops and conferences, as well as distance learning courses to provide rural banks and their staff with access to appropriate training. While staying rooted firmly in its principles, MABS and its partner rural banks are setting the pace for innovations in the microfinance sector by moving from best practice to next practice.
Things that are happening today are things that we didn't even think about 10 years ago. Rural banks are investing in technologies to reach out, especially mobile phone banking. They're expanding the products they offer in areas like housing, microfinance, microagricultural lending, and we also see new partnerships and new opportunities through microinsurance.
In 2004, MABS developed and launched a micro-agri-loan product to answer the financing needs of small farmers. The product utilizes the cash flow approach to agricultural lending with regular loan payments to better assist small farmers as well as to mitigate the risks borne by banks. Assisting rural banks with developing housing microfinance products was one of the new services developed in 2008 and launched in 2010. The BSP approved the RBAP MABS Housing Microfinance Loan Product under Circular 678. As of end of May 2010, these banks have released over 1,500 housing microfinance loans, totaling more than 48 million pesos or $1.1 million. Based on rising client awareness and the desire to better manage risks, rural banks also saw the need to address insurance needs of their clients. With more than 6 million micro-borrowers and small depositors nationwide, and a total banking office network of more than 2,700 locations, rural banks are strategically positioned to facilitate greater access to microinsurance services. In 2008 and 2009, RBAP, with the support of MABS, collaborated with regulators to obtain approval for rural banks to promote microinsurance as an allied financial service. RBAP is partnering with several insurance companies to assist rural banks to offer various microinsurance products. In order to expand access, the RBAP MABS program has also worked with several private partners to make use of mobile phone technology, from SMS to mobile money transfer platforms, to develop and design mobile phone banking services that are especially suited to rural banks and their clients. These services have allowed banks to reach clients in remote areas, reduce transaction costs, increase transaction speed, and improve security. From 3 banks in early 2005, there are now more than 60 banks with more than 900 accredited outlets offering mobile phone banking services that have handled more than 6 billion pesos in mobile phone banking transactions. One of the key strategies of the RBAP MABS program has been the leveraging effect of private partnerships and alliances that have helped to mobilize more resources and expertise.
Through these new partnerships and new alliances, USAID has been very fortunate to be working with MABS, and we are very proud of the work that they've done, and we look forward to continuing to form new alliances and new partnerships through the many sources that are available here in the Philippines.
Another is harnessing technology to broaden and deepen outreach. In keeping with international trends in microfinance, MABS participating banks are increasingly promoting greater financial transparency and the importance of consumer protection issues. In 2009, 40 rural banks were actively participating in the mixed market, and several banks were obtaining ratings for the first time. The Rural Bankers Association of the Philippines and its member rural banks have now grown to become key microfinance leaders in the Philippines.
We have been able to reach out to more clients, new markets, new products and services that maybe otherwise we would not have been able to serve. And that is a true success of this program. But the third aspect, which is not usually known which is of growing significance, is that the best practices that we have learned and developed through the RBAP MABS program in the Philippines, we are now able to share. Share it not just with non-MABS participating banks, but more important, to share it with the entire world.
The relationship between RBAP and USAID have been one of the most significant public-private sector partnerships.
The U.S. government overall goals and objective to the Philippines is the promotion of peace and prosperity. One of the areas that we are primarily focused on is in the rural banking sector. Through our MABS program, a program that has existed for a number of years, we are focused on institutionalizing the ability of the rural banking system to provide financial services to its clients. In fact, President Obama held a summit, and I like to quote what he said: entrepreneurship is where men and women can take a chance on a dream, taking an idea that starts around a kitchen table or in a garage and turn it into a new business and even new industry that can change the world. He also went on to say that social entrepreneurship, because real change comes from the bottom up, from the grassroots, starting with dreams and passion of single individuals serving their communities, can make a difference.
When MABS was launched over a decade ago, providing microfinance was a road less traveled. 4 rural banks stepped up to the challenge. Gains have been made since then, but the moving force behind all the work, the partnerships, the systems, and the platforms remains this: empowering and serving the micro-entrepreneurs.